Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coin Lady channel. Today, I'd want to discuss a few matters with you. We, the people. In recent weeks, members of the XRP community have been debating whether or not the SEC versus Ripple case will still be active after April. In light of that, I'd like to offer some thoughts. In addition, I have some fresh feedback from attorney Jeremy Hogan. The Fox Business reporter questioned him on a number of topics, including the likelihood of receiving a summary judgment finding in the absence of clear regulations. John Deaton, an attorney, was another possible candidate. You may have heard by now, and I've mentioned it on the channel at least twice, that Gary Gensler, previously shilled a couple different cryptocurrencies, and the SEC is now naming those cryptocurrencies as securities in a lawsuit against Bittrex, a cryptocurrency exchange that is, by the way, leaving the United States due to a lack of regulatory clarity, and I'm going to share with you his latest pushback against John Gensler. However, it should be made known upfront that I do not come from a legal or financial background. Do not buy or sell anything based on anything I say or write. I'm not a licensed attorney or financial advisor. Just a hobbyist here that occasionally posts videos to YouTube on various crypto-related topics. Now, I don't claim to know when this litigation will be resolved. I think it's safe to conclude that substantial progress has been made towards drafting the final judgment. If it isn't about if it's not done, then it's not finished. But I'm sure there are many ifs and crossing many T's involved in all that nonsense. It's a huge decision, too. Judge Torres might very well take her time with this, so I won't be surprised if she does. However, I'd like to bring your attention back to something Attorney Deaton said within the last few weeks or so. If Judge Torres is going to stay in line and, in terms of consistency of how long it takes to get rulings out, Attorney Deaton noted that we'd need to see the ruling come out no later than May 6th. Therefore, he was not expecting that to occur. He merely remarked, hey, if Judge Torres is going to behave in the same way she had in previous cases, then yes, we're going to have a ruling by May 6th. Therefore, it is entirely possible that it will have occurred by then. It's possible, though, that this is the single largest dang thing she's ever decided. And I'm pretty damn sure she realizes that this is a gigantic deal, what with the amount of havoc that will ensue in the realm of crypto and, and all the appeals that like. I just want her to get this darn thing perfect, so if it takes a little longer than that, that's great. Like everyone else, I'd like this to end already. However, it is more critical that she gets this correct. After that, there's a snippet. Ashley Prosper, a member of the community, tweeted the following a few days ago. On April 27, a lot will happen that will make the next week exciting. When Judge Torres finally rules on the Doorbit motions, we will have waited 52 days. The fact that it took Judge Torres 52 days to rule on the Doorbit motions piques my attention. I'm not sure that the lengthy consideration of the Doorbit petitions bodes well for the success of the request for summary judgment. Theorizing about it makes sense. It's not unreasonable to wonder, but my guess is that both were being developed at the same time. It was at the beginning of March that the court issued its decisions on the Doorbit motions, which concerned all of the expert witnesses and were ultimately ruled in Ripple's favor. But it doesn't mean she wasn't also working on the summary judgment rule, which may still be in its early stages of development but is almost certainly real. There are those who are aware of the current trajectory of events. And it's theoretically open to revision until it's really ruled on. But I have faith in Judge Torres's judgment. Now all we can do is wait patiently. Do judges make a verdict on weekends or limit it to weekdays? A community member called Mark tweeted. And Attorney Hogan did answer, saying a judge can rule whenever they want, even on weekends. Now you know the answer to the age-old question, even though it's the weekend, is it possible to get a decision today? To put it simply, yeah. It is currently Sunday as I write this. This, of course, does not guarantee that a decision will be made today, but it is possible. Someone else chimed in to correct Hogan, saying, Sir, in Europe, the judge informs the parties the judgment is ready and is handed down in court. Attorney Hogan confirmed that this is the case, saying that no specific notice is required for posting in our jurisdiction. In other words, the filing time is precise. Since most of you are probably already familiar with attorney filing, who has been consistently sharing all of the filings in the Ripple case as they've come out for the past 2 years, I think many people in the community are just waiting for him to announce the ruling. If you're like the rest of us, you probably expect to see only headlines on Twitter and figure that's where you'll be the first to learn the news. You may expect to see them everywhere, even in the most respected publications. You will find out, unless you avoid all forms of media, including social media and the news, there is no way to avoid this. And then there was this video of attorney Lilia Tesla giving a talk at a blockchain conference, which was also posted by Dai. Let me know whether I'm expressing myself correctly, Lilia. The Chamber of Digital Commerce was represented by attorney and entrepreneur Lilia Tesla. In the SEC versus Ripple case, she was the one who drafted and created the final version 2 of the amicus brief. There's no need for me to rehash the entire 3-minute tape, but the main point she was making is that XRP or any other cryptocurrency transaction on the secondary market has ever been treated as an investment contract. We have been aware of this for some time now, as we have been keeping up with the case. But she's saying that that simply isn't true at all. In addition, XRP itself could not be considered a security. The thing is, it doesn't make any sense at all. Look, I've been saying this for a long time. Gary Gensler is aware that the SEC's lawyers are aware of this, but they don't want clarification. And I recorded my observation by writing what follows. In this case, he's absolutely correct. The oranges, he maintained, were never securities, and neither were transactions in the secondary market for them. This is not news to Gary. Exactly. Because of this, Gary really irritates me. The fact that it is having an effect on speculators is one of the reasons he is certain of this, and they could easily come out and clarify this so that there is no doubt. The economy is feeling the effects. But he's not acting in that way. Fox Business reporter Alina Hurt retweeted this and added, "From a legal perspective, I don't know how likely it is that the court would wait for regulatory clarity to decide summary judgment because no one in Washington can agree. A precedent should be established by the court, which the authorities could thereafter use. And it is my sincere wish. When the judgment is issued, I hope that Judge Torres makes it clear that XRP is not a security and that secondary market transactions involving XRP are not investment contracts. We need that because she must realize by now that Congress isn't doing much to improve the situation in this country. The SEC is acting dishonestly. This is the case, then?" Later, Alina's attorney Hogan replied, "You do sometimes see appellate courts wait for legislation prior to deciding an issue. However, such an occurrence is unusual. It also seems to never happen in front of a judge. So, this wasn't even something I was considering. And the thought of Judge Torres waiting for that is ridiculous because it will never happen. As far as I can tell, there is nothing to be concerned about in terms of clarity. But it won't be long now. Plus, there's this. Even though I've already touched on this topic, I'd like to inform you about the most recent initiatives taken by attorney John Deaton in this regard. Okay, here's a Blockchain Daily headline for you. Rug pull, Gary Gensler's marketing firm, promoting Algorand and then suing them. As a result, I own some of the cryptocurrency Algorand, which has been promoted by Gary Gensler on video. And as an XRP holder, I've been stating for a very long time that I'm really worried about the future of the currency, particularly in the United States. To what extent all of us here in the United States who have XRP will be monetarily harmed by bad judgments is unknown to me. But I've also said for a long time that the other 30 or so cryptocurrencies I own give me sleepless nights because I have no idea which one Kim Jong-un will attack next, and in the most recent filing, it was at least 6 cryptocurrencies that the SEC cited as securities that Bittrex was offering for trade. Plus 2 of the 6 that I have, Algorand and Dash. I have both of those, and have done so for many years. That Kim Jong-Gensler has been shilling and not Algorand only adds insult to injury. Look at this, then. The Blockchain Daily article discussed here. What follows is what they penned. Gensler, in a previous address, praised Algorand's technology, saying, quote, "Today, you could build a service like Uber or Lyft on top of a blockchain. Perhaps in another 5 years. The functionality is there. I get to work with MIT Turing Prize winner Silvio Micheli's Algorand, and he's got some excellent technology that really performs. In other words, you could build Uber on top of it. So, a very long time ago. This occurred before Kim Jong-un became dictator of the SEC. He was extolling the virtues of Algorand and noting its potential for profound business effects. Don't bring up concerns regarding fraud or theft. It merely sings its praises. Cooling off. Well, for this reason, and because our community has been working together for years, local attorney John Deaton ended up forwarding the story and penning the following in response. And the most recent endeavor in these parts has been searching for more proof of Gary Gensler's vilification of Algorand. Also, I'm sure we haven't even scratched the surface yet. What attorney Deaton tweeted is below. I think it's great that he's taking it upon himself to attack Gensler in whatever way he can. And John Deaton requests that if you come across any video of Gensler praising Algo, you respond by tagging me in it. The same holds true for any of his public statements that painted him in a favorable light. So far I've only seen one video. Are there any more? Any other token is equivalent in this regard. He has received public accolades that are not treated as security language. Before he became SEC chairman and was tasked with eliminating any potential threats to his longtime friends in the financial industry. Since then, we as a community have consistently collaborated. You may recall that Brad Garlinghouse coined the term Twitter sleuths to describe the members of our community, our expert community, who uncovered numerous pieces of compelling evidence, such as video clips of previous statements that contradict SEC arguments. This has apparently continued, and there are now many witnesses. The fact that everyone was willing to share meant a lot. So, new discoveries have been made in the interim. There's also this tweet by an anonymous user named Ghostin. If I'm not mistaken, that is. And he posted a video of Kim Jong-un saying that 3/4 of the crypto space is classified by the SEC as a commodity, not a security, along with a link to the tape. Also, that video was hilarious. And he did in fact make that point. He used to say, "Oh yeah, you know, almost everything is a commodity," before becoming dictator of the SEC. What does he say now, though? Now he claims that anything other than Bitcoin is a security. Whoa, that's a 180. To put it another way, intellectually speaking, there's just no way. I guess it's possible for somebody to have a change of heart, but man, you can't possibly expect me to believe that. Oh, what a wild place we've found ourselves in. No, I don't give out financial advice. Nothing I say or write should be used as a basis for making financial decisions. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.